Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. From Studio A, welcome to the In Wheel Time car talk show here on iHeart Radio. Coming up, are the OEMs pulling out of SEMA? Randy Borcherding from Painthouse explains. Plus, we get a shop tour. And we're going to check on Ryan's bumper. Had a chance to drive the Ford Explorer. Going to give you my thoughts on that. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar and later this week in auto history. Just ahead in this hour of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with David Ainsley, his son Ryan Ainsley, the ever-famous and popular Jeffrey, we need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you very much. Beautiful Saturday here in Houston, Texas. If you're listening on a podcast later on in the year, it is about, 90 degrees outside today.
Oh, no, not. It's going
it's
up
going
like
to
low
be
90s, yeah.
I'm thinking mid-90s. Okay. And today's the day I'm going to cut the grass. So
we'll wait till about 3 o'clock when it's 112.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Right? That's exactly what I'm going to do. So Mars is not here today. He's out. And Conrad DeLong is out today. So I thought we'd bring in a couple of supporters, athletic supporters of the show.
Supporters. Thank you very much.
David Ainsley, our chief engineer, and his son, Ryan Ainsley, who is a car nut. But the difference between us other nuts and him is the fact that he's 20 and well, we don't want to talk about how old we are. 120. That's exactly right. So we're going to get a little bit different take on car culture of today's 20-year-olds because you've been doing this for several years now.
Yeah, since I got my car printed. Actually, even before
16?
that. Mm-hmm.
16.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of car do you have?
It's a 2003 Infiniti G35.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have a G35?
Standard. I got a 37, so I can beat him.
Old Pops. Yeah, today you can. But wait till he starts bringing in the big bucks. He's going to have that thing all fixed up, and it's going to blow you out.
We'll have you towed.
Have you towed, yeah, exactly. So we're going to get into that. But right now, we're going to get into a guy, a good friend of ours from many years. His name is Randy Borcherding. He owns a company called Painthouse here in Houston. They do a lot of high-end customization and big-time paint stuff.
Yep.
Randy, it's good to see you. How are you, my friend? Does he have the mute button on?
He's not muted. You just don't have him potted up.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I didn't. I had the button not pushed. My mistake. Imagine that.
Well, now you've made one for the year. You're done.
That's right.
That's all you get.
That's exactly right. And I think it was that attitude that got me out of 3 marriages. But whatever.
Oh,
Just
done.
wanted to say that. And speaking of
Practice
that,
makes perfect, right?
How's Jen?
She's awesome.
Good.
Got breakfast waiting. So you guys,
Hurry up.
I'm gonna go eat some eggs when I'm done with y'all.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, it's good to see you. How are things out there at Painthouse?
Good. Warming up. I can tell you that much.
What business is warming up, or just the temperature?
Yes.
Yeah, both. Well, so you always got big projects going on in the Painthouse shop out there, and I was one of the multitude of car shows that I watch on basically on Motor Trend. There are projects. Man, we had a guy by the name, was it Dooley?
Rick
Dooley and Sons.
I'm sorry.
We had Rick
Dooley and Sons?
Door.
A door. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about one of the cars that he had done. I don't know how recently, but one of them. It was in his shop for 7 years, getting transformed into this absolute beauty. And I guess you probably have some of those, don't you?
We do. It's not always something we're proud of at times, but life and COVID and people's employment situations just sometimes dictate that's what it takes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to when you get into the high-end stuff that you're working on. What is one that you're currently working on that may be approaching a little bit longer in the tooth, shall we say?
We got a 68 Roadrunner and a 70 Cougar convertible. Both have been here longer than I'd like them to have been here.
Yeah.
However, that's the way the cards were dealt, and we're on the closing in on the finish line for both of them, so that I'm ready. I know my customers are.
So what he said is true. You know, folks do run into certain things, and they do have to put stuff on back burners. And we've seen this on some of the shows that we watch, where they've got a long-term project, and all of a sudden they're telling the team, "We got to put this away for maybe a year." So I hear what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's also the lack of funds. You know, if you get in a long-term project, a guy's got $100,000 to put into a car, and then all of a sudden, he's not got that $100,000 anymore for whatever reason. He may be short on funds. Gives you a call up and says, "Hey, Randy, you're going to have to put that thing in the back burner for until I can get me some cash together."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, the folks we build for typically are relatively recession-proof people.
Yep.
But I've had scenarios where a fella in the oil industry, Marathon Oil, closed down, and he lost his job and now works overseas in Saudi Arabia. We've got to work through that process.
Yeah.
Another fella was president of a large company owned by an even larger company. That company sold off the company he worked for, and once he got sold off, they laid him off. President of the company. So you just got to work through all this stuff, and sometimes it's hurry up and wait. And over the course of these long projects, you want to make sure the car is still relevant when you're done with it.
Right.
You may have started with a certain style or theme or idea, and 5, 6, 7 years later, maybe that's not what you think is the best thing for the car, and you got to make those decisions. And you don't want to double spend on their money, but sometimes technology changes or something's become obsolete during that time span. You just gotta deal with all that.
Yeah, and it's always hard to go back to someone and ask for more money. Hey,
back
in the day, it was a lot of billet. Billet was on everything, and then, like you said, times have changed. I'm very interested in the 70 Cougar. That's a cool car. I had friends that had it.
It's a 70 Cougar convertible.
Oh yeah, Eliminator.
It's got the 4. Well, it is. Well, no, we are building it as though it were an Eliminator, but in today's style.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to call it the top Eliminator because the top goes down.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a neat car. It's got the 4.6 Terminator Cobra motor that came out in the 03, 04 Mustangs. It seems like so long ago, but man, what a powerhouse that little motor is.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
How close are you to having it done?
It's just about ready to go to upholstery, which is now the new bottleneck for me, is finding an upholstery shop that we can get into in a reasonable time frame. Our normal guy's a one-man show, so he can only do so much. There's a lot of quality shops out there. I haven't found one in Texas, so if you're out there, let me know.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll be able to help you in that regard, and we can find somebody.
Is it time to bring that portion of the build in-house? I mean, would you be considering down the road to have your own upholstery division or shop or team?
I would love to have that component in our business, simply because it is so integrated into the build.
Mm-hmm.
As you go through, you're building dashboards and consoles and shaping things and moving things, and to be able to do it ahead of time in real time and not send a car to somebody and then say, well, we would have done it this way instead, and then have that part of it become a rework. To be able to work with an upholsterer as you're building the car would be awesome, and keep that in-house, sure. But that's a very specific skill set, and it's not me. I'm not an upholstery guy. And to find someone who's that good probably is already on their own anyway, I would imagine.
Right. So it'd probably be more one of those kind of deals where, he may be on the property, he's got his own business, but he's there right there with you.
Yeah. Or at least to be a block or 5 away, it'd be a blessing. But nonetheless, that hasn't happened yet. So we own trailers and trucks that tow them and buy too much expensive diesel and take things to and from where they need to go.
Hey, one of the things that I know that we wanted to talk to you about is apparently you've heard that the OEMs, or at least some of them, are pulling out of SEMA. What's that about?
Yeah, well, my disclaimer is I'm not a SEMA expert, but I play one on the In Wheel Time radio show.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was a bit caught off guard by that, by Ford, GM, and I think it's Honda. is the other third one that aren't going to be there, and they are, at least Ford and GM anyway, are a huge presence at the show. The Ford booth is always one I go to first. I'm kind of a Ford guy by heart, and we've been honored to be in their booth one year with the Starliner we built, and for them not to be there where they normally are, and GM not to be in the middle of Hot Rod Alley, that creates, in my opinion, a big vacuum at the show. And so I don't know what the reasons are, but it's going to be weird to see what they fill that with.
Well, I'm wondering if the whole transition to electric vehicles has anything to do with it.
I think it has a large part to do with it, because let's be honest, SEMA is kind of a hot rod show. And I don't know a lot of hot rodders that are real passionate about that yet. And number two, you can't even get a car these days. You can't get a crate engine. What are they there to sell? Something that you can't get your hands on, and they're going to spend millions of dollars telling you that? Economics. The economy's stupid.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you that we had an interview with one of the guys from Ford, and that they are building, if you want to call it this, a crate electric motor. The only problem with that is that they don't have a controller to go with it. Well, that's fine. So here's the electric motor, but you've got nothing to control it with.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess the guys that are really into the whole electric thing somehow, some way managed to find a way to do their own controller or find some aftermarket controller that can work with. I don't get it, but it's still in its infancy as far as the electrics are concerned.
Oh, it is. We're kind of in the Henry Ford versus the horse and buggy era in that realm. There's a few companies that are going to get out ahead, like Tesla has, and create a new industry that, quite honestly, you can't avoid you can't ignore the performance of those cars. Well, but it's a concentrated amount. It's going to run out, and then you got to go get more of it, and it's not easy to recharge those things at a gas station.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother. We've talked about that till we're blue in the face, and that's a major issue. Well, I mean, the one thing that I can say to you is, and I know that you know about Project X, where they took that very famous yellow 57 Chevrolet that's been
I saw it last year.
Yeah, that's been on the cover of every magazine, been in countless movies and all of that. It's a hot rod owned vehicle that they've put every kind of mainly Chevrolet motor in it, from 500 horsepower up to 1,000 horsepower. They pull all of that out of there, and then they put an electric motor in it. Everybody that's a hot rodder went, "What are you doing? Are you crazy?"
Heads exploding across the country.
But that's what that car is about, is putting stuff in there that they've never had in there before. 572 motors, the 427. I remember that was a big deal when they put that in there. General Motors has had a huge hand in the development of that Project X. It's gone to their actual factory, if you want to call it that, their skunk works, and they have been heavily involved in the modifications of that car. So that's what that car is about. But it broke my heart when they took the gasoline.
We saw it last year at SEMA, and last year they also GM debuted, I think it's a 672 1,000 horsepower crate engine.
Right.
That's what I thought I'd see in Project X, not an electric motor.
Yeah. I've got a question. I want to know how that pink bumper cover's coming in the back there.
Oh, hold on. Stand by.
Is it pink? I think once it pink.
I got to figure out how to flip the phone around here. I don't know if I can figure that out. There we go.
If it's not pink, go ahead and paint it pink.
This is Ryan's cover. Look at that. So Ryan, we got a couple colors that you said you liked. And I think we should do it.
Mustard and ketchup. It's a condiment car.
I thought we could do a two-tone, but just kind of right down the middle.
How about polka dots?
There you go.
Remember the Volkswagens that were painted multiple colors?
Yeah, very well.
Panel?
Yeah.
Well, here we are. Yeah, let's revive. It's time to revive it.
Didn't Janis Joplin had a Porsche that was all different colors and stuff? I believe.
I believe that is true. Yeah. Yes.
I'm thinking a red stripe, and then next to it have the yellow polka dots.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There, you're on.
There's a
something
stripe
there.
as well.
You betcha.
Mhm, sure.
We can
And
talk. Or what about I don't know, little bunny heads or something?
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Betty Boop.
So clearly,
Betty Boop.
it's not painted yet, but it's in primer and ready to be painted.
Correct. It's one sanding away from paint. You are
Got it.
correct.
Boy.
Got
There
it.
you go.
So when do you think?
So Ryan, I'm curious, Ryan. You're younger than us. What do you think about the electric cars?
I think there's a place for them in the world. I don't know how that. It's not. I don't think it's a very good option for long-term use.
But his friend has a Tesla and rode in it yesterday, and he got a headache. Ryan got a headache from the ride, not from the torque, but it was a weird.
Suspension?
No,
The
it's
sensation of the
a
electricity.
sensation
Yeah.
of the swoosh as opposed to
Oh,
hearing the rumble of the engine. It was just a
got it.
zzz or
Well,
whatever.
yeah.
They've
Whatever.
got
the-
sound effects. Don't they plug in sound effects now? You push a button. and it
That's on
sounds
the
like,
Tesla. They do
Yeah.
have that option.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at any rate, obviously, he's not thrilled about it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I know we're all concerned about it, and the biggest problem with them, they don't make the right sounds.
Well, that's true. But, this is a transitional period of time. Every manufacturer is making or will be making an EV. And as a matter of fact, I've got a story that I'm going to do later on in the show today about EVs and how they're all trying to find their way in popularity, and the fact that the buying public is curious about them, but they're not really too thrilled about plunking down a minimum of 40 grand on up to get into an electric when they don't have a opportunity to charge it where they need to charge it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a transition period.
I had a dinner last night with a customer, and he's an electrical contractor here in town. He had an apartment complex, an office building with a parking garage. Want him to come in and add charging stations to the garage.
Yep.
A certain number of them for their people.
Right.
Said it can't be done. There's not enough available electricity to your property to give you what you want. It's literally
Wow.
impossible.
Wow.
Well, and
That's just
did you hear ERCOT says, no, don't charge your vehicle during the summer because
Yeah.
of the heat load and demand from air conditioners and everything
Yeah,
else.
brownouts to blackouts.
So now you can't go anywhere? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bicycle?
just-
I mean, what are we doing here?
Take
You
your-
know?
Exactly.
Take your regular
What are we
car.
looking at there, Randy?
we are looking at a 57 Chevy truck that a customer of mine bought from a good friend up in Ohio. The friend in Ohio built it, and we flew up and drove this thing back, road tripped it.
Wow.
And what a fun trip this was. It's old school, being that it's a small block Chevy with a 4-barrel carburetor. We're adding a drive system so you can have AC here. I guess in Ohio that's not as critical. But man, we had a great time. Got 18 miles a gallon, 75, 80 miles an hour the whole way. And quite honestly, it was the first road trip I've had in a hot rod like that in all these years. So it was
That
fun.
is very cool. I
Yeah.
love the color combination.
And it's just going to stay patina like that. It's got a great stance. It's a fun ride. It's fun to have something you don't have to care if it gets dirty.
Exactly. Trust me, I know all about that. I've got the 01 Corvette. Matter of fact, I'm working on another road trip as we speak.
Right. Over here, we've got a Art Morrison chassis. This is the fully independent chassis. So over here in the ground is the cradle that holds the differential and rear suspension. It will end up in this 55 Chevy
Oh, very cool.
that we've got ready to paint, and next week the paint job will happen.
Awesome. Well, you've got a lot of projects that are coming to a conclusion, huh?
Well, we do.
How many people are on
69
your
vet,
How many people are on
it's-
your team?
myself and 4 people. And I travel so much, I don't even think I count anymore. But nonetheless, there's 5 of us in total. Plus Jen and my daughter keep the company alive because that's not something I'm very good at business-wise. They keep the bills paid and make sure we all have paychecks.
Yep.
What is the Corvette?
69 vet, another Morrison independent chassis, LS3 5-speed. We put the big fat fenders on it like the 70s road racers had.
Oh, yeah.
So it ought to be a fun little racer. You know, we measured it for wheels yesterday, and there's room for a 14-inch wide wheel in the back.
Oh, my God.
Do it.
Do it, yeah.
Do it.
The problem is finding tires to fit the dang thing that aren't just pro street tires. We don't want that look. So we'll probably back it down to 12.5 or so, and you can get a good-sized tire still.
Love it. Works for me. And what's hanging above it?
Hanging above it is one we built about 13 or 14 years ago, 65 Mustangs. It also has the 4.6 Terminator Cobra engine in it. And here's a view most people don't get. So here's it's a March chassis.
March. Are they even still in business?
MARTZ is the name.
March,
And yeah, they are in business. But this one, it's a rear 4-link, front coilovers. You cut the whole front suspension off and weld this one on, basically. Stainless exhaust, MagnaFlow mufflers, electric park and brake. It's a fun car.
Looks
done
fun.
The show circuit. It's been driven, and a woman owns it. She drives the heck out of it, and we get to work on them once in a while because I don't know if you know this or not, but old cars tend to break down once in a while.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
We know about that.
Despite all the new parts you put in them, they still sometimes don't cooperate.
We know.
So that's what's going on around here at the moment. There's a vet in the other building, but if I walk over there, I'm afraid the call will drop.
Yeah,
so
don't do that.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Listen, man, it's really great to talk to you. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for getting up. Tell Jen, tell everybody we said hello. And when are we going to see you?
That. That's up to you. I'd love to come down wherever you guys hide, but whatever cave you're in.
All right.
And
come see you.
Nonetheless, we all go to SEMA this year or no?
You know, we've talked about that. That's a possibility because we've been invited by SEMA to come out there.
Well, you should, because number one, it's cool, and number two, it seems to be changing year after year, and I'm not sure what it's going to be next year or the year after. So
plus, we can hang with you.
Well, yeah, if you're cool enough, you can, right?
Hey, let me ask you this: are you having sausage or bacon with those eggs that you're going to go
bacon?
Eat? Oh, okay.
Bacon,
crispy.
Yeah, crispy.
When
bacon.
is SEMA?
Yeah.
Yep.
SEMA's in October.
November. Okay.
Yeah, it's Halloween weekend. We got the drag race the weekend before, and then it goes right into SEMA.
Nice.
It's always the first week of November.
Yep, that's right, because they always have the Halloween celebration out there at the drag strip. Randy, it's great talking to you. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
You too. Randy Borcherding, Painthouse.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's time now for the cruise-in calendar, Jeffrey. I know that you have your file open over there.
I do.
What is on the cruise-in calendar?
Cruise-in calendar, if I'm reading this correctly, Saturday, June 11th, 8 to noon, the Ocean View Classic presents, you ready for this? Classic Cars and Trucks Meet. There you go. It's in LaPorte, Sylvan Beach.
That's LaPorte.
LaPorte. It's in Sylvan Beach, LaPorte. It's the French side of the beach.
French side.
There you go. June 24th, 2 p.m. And June 25th, 11:45 p.m. The Street Outlaws, No Prep Kings in Baytown at the track. So we've heard a lot about that at Houston Raceway.
It'll be a huge event, but I just can't. I don't need all the. I want to watch all the drama. I tune into the Kardashians.
Okay. All right.
Just me. I'm just not.
Well,
into
you're in luck because the Kardashians are on Saturday, July 9th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wheels and Warriors, Crafty Crab, Pearland, east of 288 on Broadway.
The Crafty Crab. Not the Krusty Krab.
I was thinking SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I was. They're good, by the way. July 15th, 1 p.m. and July 17th at 11 a.m., the 2022 Corvette Invasion in Bastrop Convention and Exhibit Center. Saturday, August 6th of this year at 1 p.m., Race Day, Houston Motorsports Park. And again, it's at the track, so be there. August 12th, 10 a.m., and through August 14th, the 2022 Texas Wake and Scrape. That's at 3925 State Highway 30 in Huntsville. So there you go.
and scrape.
Scrape.
Well, if you have a wake, that means somebody's died.
Well,
but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I don't know, but just put some ointment on it; it'll clear up.
That's perfect.
There you go.
And yes, I'm planning on doing the Bastrop run.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. If there's no fires or any tragedies out there.
No, I talked to Sean Jones, who's heading it up, and he is with a company that actually helps clubs and that sort of stuff put on big events like this. And it's a 3-day event, and I think I'm going to do it.
Oh, very good.
Going up to Bastrop with the Corvette and having me a good old time.
All 3 days.
All 3 days, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep, I'll go up Friday morning, and then they've got a big welcoming thing on Friday, and the conclusion is going to be at Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ought to be a fun
and
event.
you're going to do it. You're going to lap. You're going to take laps.
Yep, and not at speed. It'll be a lapped event, but it won't be,
it'll be
all
tempting.
out. It'll be tempting.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm sure that there'll be some burnouts and that sort of stuff there, and hopefully nobody will crash their cars.
Well, you did the quarter mile in the Corvette.
I
in
did.
a good time, and so
did.
why not do this now? Yeah,
30
that's good.
seconds, I think it took me to go down the quarter mile.
30 seconds. It was like 12 or 13, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was 13.
There you go.
13-0. Yeah,
All right.
like it was advertised. Okay, time now for a quick break. Normally we'd have our car review here. We're going to do it on the other side because we don't have a guest, so we're going to be the guests.
Oh, that's going to be
at
awesome.
the bottom of the
Well, we've
hour.
got a guest. We've got Ryan.
Well, then that's
There you
part.
go.
That's
Yeah.
part of the tease that I was about to
Oh.
give, but you stole my thunder.
He's been called a tease before.
I have been.
No,
yes,
him.
I have.
Him.
Oh, he has. Well, what about me? Because
Ray.
it's all about me. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on iHeartRadio, through the iHeart app, and Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after these brief messages. Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install ExoShield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Wheel Time Car Talk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.